Okay, what's up, guys? This is hopefully a comeback. I just changed a setting. I went into project settings and I just followed along with this. Open Unity, project settings editor, scroll down to play mode options, and I unchecked reload domain, which I know has other issues, but I just wanted to uncheck it for right now. And then I just told the AI, you got stuck reloading domain forever. I'm not sure why. So it's doing something on its end, and hopefully it can figure it out. So again, this is a lot of waiting. Um, Everything is compiled responsive. Let me know what you'd like to work on next. Okay, I'm gonna save it and let's play the game. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's launch. Boom. Okay. Cache is stuck at 240. Oh, it saves every time, which it to to be fair is what it's supposed to do, yes. Okay. All right. Cool. So the game works essentially. Now let's get on to the shop. Well, we have to talk to it about the gun mechanic, the new cannons, and the booster mechanics, right? So what I'm going to ask it to do is understand that um, let's please add a mechanic. Well, we have to give it the purchases first, right? So let's add guns into the shop. I've added all their icons in sprites, shop sprites, and then I'm just gonna tell it like which gun is, best. So every gun has a cost, a power, an ammo, and a tier. And then I'm just gonna say this is the order that the guns should be in terms of, okay. So let's add guns into the shop. Each gun has a cost, power, ammo, and a tier. Whoa. Hello? Okay. This is the order of power for the guns as well as tier. Slingshot being the weakest with the lowest amount of ammo and costing the least. Golden gun being the strongest with a lot of ammo and being the best gun. Um, when the player purchases a gun, they gain the ability to left click on the imp while it's flying slash traveling. This click shoots the imp and gives it more vertical and horizontal velocity. That's it. So let's plan this out. It will implement the gun system. Please add each gun icon purchasable in the shop. Here we go. Let's plan it. Cool. So it knows the properties of what a gun is, what it's supposed to do. It knows each of the guns and their varying properties, ranges. I will obviously tweak the values, which maybe I should have already had them before coming to the AI, like all their costs, all their tiers, their amount of ammo, etc. But the AI can also do it for me, which isn't a terrible idea, and it has the range, has their icons, and that's it. It knows what they're supposed to do. So it's finding the gun assets. There we go. So what should happen next is I should be able to launch the imp, go over to the shop, and then purchase the slingshot or purchase the 9 millimeter. And then on the next launch, I should be able to shoot the imp as it's flying and see a little bit of an increase in its velocity, right? In its horizontal velocity, maybe it can bounce a little bit too. So, an effect, excuse me, on its vertical velocity as well, or altitude. So then from that point, we'll know that it works and then we can tweak it later. I just want it in the game for right now. And then we can do the same thing for cannons and lastly for boosters. And then we'll obviously have to generate those sprites for the new cannons as well as the new booster packs, jet packs. The guns don't really need a sprite since the mouse becomes the gun. So I guess maybe a cursor for every different gun that we're gonna add. Um, and then at that point, the shop is pretty set, I would say. So let's go ahead and run the plan. And then the biggest aspect of the game is going to be the obstacles, right? Having these enemies spawn that are walking around at, or flying around at different heights, animating them, messing with their spawn rates, making sure that when the imp collides with them, they're doing the given effect that they're supposed to do. And then from there, making sure we have the appropriate background. So when the imp flies up, the sky is, changing color. You can see the imp going into outer space. Whereas as they're going farther horizontally, we're gonna see them leave the city and encounter a forest or, a desert, things like that. So I think we have a good direction for the game. We're gonna finish the shop and then we're going to introduce obstacles, both positive and negative. And then at that point, the game is already made. We just have to then polish it, add sound effects, tweak the values of everything, tighten things up, add music, right? There's a whole lot more that's going to go into it, but the core of the gameplay is already done at that point, right? I guess that's what I was trying to get at. So and the imp, of course, should not just look like a static imp standing there, right? He should look kind of like he's getting beat up, and when you shoot him, he should also look like he's taking damage or bruised and cut, just to give it more life and personality. There should be a big boom when the cannon launches. So there's still a couple of things that, visually and as far as game feel goes, needs to be done for sure. But for now, we are working on the shop, and this will probably be another video or two, finishing up the shop, and then we'll move on to obstacles, which I'll probably generate those sprites. Um, Either in Unity or I might do them on a separate machine. Well, right now I can probably generate like the bag of money and the spike strip, like the grounded spikes that are stationary, right? Everything that's stationary, I can actually generate right now um on my laptop using ChatGPT. I think that's fine because since they're stationary, they don't require animation or anything else. So I think that's okay. And then I can just import them in and they can be placed as a random obstacle, um, you know, during the launch, right? So I think that's fine. And then we also have to make the UI, right? It's not just going to be the imp launching. We're going to see how much ammo does the player have. We're going to see um, have they used their booster or not yet, right? And that UI panel has to be on the bottom of the Okay, it looks like it works. So let's go ahead and hit play and let's test it out, right? So we have $406 cash. Just gonna do a small launch. Okay. Gain some more cash. Let's go to the shop. And there we go, right? It's a little small, which we can always ask. Okay, so we start out with the slingshot. Can we buy the 9mm? Yes, we can. Perfect. And we can equip the slingshot if we want to. Wow, that's above and beyond what I was hoping for. So let's launch again. And now let's shoot the imp up. Yep. You see that movement? Yep. That's it. I'm out of bullets, right? Perfect. So for all intents and purposes, obviously there's no hit marker or hit effect. There's no cursor, there's no sound, but it's working. The mechanic works. And that's how we know that the game is being made. We're seeing progress, systems are being built, and the game is being made. So that's perfect. It it's working exactly. Oh, did it deduct my cash? I don't think it did, right? Shop. Let's try to buy this. Oh, it did deduct the cash, but why do I feel like it didn't? Okay, let's try this one. So I have 304 cash, right? Total cash five. Let's launch again. Boom. Shoot. Nice. And notice how this one is sending the imp farther out, right? I don't like that wobble effect, that back and forth kind of like jitter. That I don't really like. We're gonna have to fix that as well, just to have a smooth game. But so far, so good. It's coming along nicely, and that used 211 credits. So if I look at how many credits I have, just about shy under 10,000. So I've used less than 2,000 credits. That's maybe I want to say around $15 I've used, maybe less. And we already have a good portion of the game complete. We're like maybe 30% done with the game. Once we finish everything in the shop, that's I would say we're like 40% done. Then once we add, positive and negative obstacles, I'll say we're like 70% done with the game. Then after that, it's all polishing and fine tuning and background adjustment and making it feel and look good, right? Distance, we're gonna want horizontal distance as well as vertical distance. So there's a lot more to do, but thank you guys for being here on this journey with me. If you do enjoy the transparency and how this is going so far, please hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Give it a thumbs up because it really helps me get noticed on the algorithm, and you can follow along the journey as well. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.